Lex Luthor, Morgan's nigga room. So much soul, about to bust out the room. All different flavors, way more than 32. From these shoes, you can't mess with these dudes. Nike Reeboks, the bounce out the knees. Golden Gooses on do.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Soul Brothers, hosted by yours truly, Flex Luthor, and none other than Morgan Sneaker Room. Today, guys, we are blessed with a guest that you've seen before. What's up? What's new? And how you feeling, my guy?
Man, glad to be back, man. I've been jealous. I'm like, man, I gotta hop back on here, man. It's been too long. Good to see y'all guys again, man.
Absolutely.
Good to have you, man. Good to have you back.
Morgan, was that you?
Man, freaking the little robot vacuum cleaner, bro, over there talking.
Okay.
And I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? Like, we're professionals over here.
I like it. So Mr. LJ Ruffin, tell people where they can find you.
Man, all platforms. So LJ Ruffin, LJ_Ruffin on Instagram and TikTok, and then LJ Ruffin on YouTube. If you love your hoops, if you love comedy, you love basketball, you love shoes, man, I'm definitely got to tap in with. So yeah, man, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
So this is not your first rodeo, man, and I like this because when you first hopped on, you really didn't have your own kind of brand identity. Now you have your own niche, and you know what type of content you like to create. So man, tell me how that journey's been.
Man, it's been a roller coaster ride, man. I mean, when I first was on here, I was nervous as a mug. Now I feel a little bit more confident about what I'm talking about, and
now we're nervous.
Now. But,
no, I'm playing. We're not nervous.
But yeah, man, just staying with the grind. Everything's not always gonna be high views or the love getting reciprocated to how much work you're putting into the content. But it's gonna go your way eventually. You stay with it.
But I mean, your last few, I haven't really seen any bad viewage. I forgot Morgan told me that wasn't a word. Viewership from you. How do you do it when you're shooting ball and then you give people a question to answer? That thing get 500,000 views, bro.
Those do good, but I'm trying to get people to rock with the other content, so I've been slowing down on those. But because that's one thing. That don't really show my personality in a way, but it definitely gets the engagement. But
it gets the engagement,
I'll throw a couple of those out there every now and then. But I'm trying to branch out more in my personality and give people a taste of that.
So let's do it right here. Pretend you're shooting a basketball. Give us a question we can engage with. Okay, here we go.
If Shea wins the NBA championship, is he the better OKC player than KD? Is he the best OKC player all time then?
Ooh, is that just right off the dome?
I was gonna say yes. That's right.
I'm just gonna get to that one. I just ain't posted yet. That was one of the next ones I wanted to do.
Okay.
Dang. So I'm a Pacers fan, right? So if OKC wins the championship. And I would argue that OKC's Shea's doing it with a less talented cast around him.
Yeah.
If he wins, I'd have to put him above KD as far as
OKC. Yeah.
As far as Thunder players go.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a good one.
No, it really was.
I'll have to say yes. I'll say yes.
Yeah. Well, we can flip it to you. We can flip it to you, Morgan. What if Halliburton gets one? Would you put him over top Reggie Miller?
No, because Reggie Miller's got longevity.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, now if Tyrese plays 18 years in Indiana, then yes, right. I think that he can do that. He's got to beat all of Reggie's records with the Pacers as well, but I think that he's on his way to doing that.
He's turning stuff around, man.
He really is. And he does it in such an ugly way. He's got no bag. He's got absolutely no bag. But he knows how to find the soft spots in the defense and just get ugly buckets. I think last night's game, against the Knicks. We're recording on the Sunday before this comes out, but so the day after we sent Brunson to Cancun. And there were like 3 buckets in a row where he just got to the middle of the defense and just put up a floater, right? Yeah, like,
Yep.
and it's like no bag whatsoever, right? But like you check the stats and it was like, oh, he's got a double and he's about to get a triple-double. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I already put him over Paul George. I already put him over Oladipo. I already put him over Sabonis. Yeah, I put him over them.
I know you said Jermaine O'Neal was one of your guys too.
No, you said you good, but before we get too deep into it, let's talk about what we had on feet today. What I had on today was the Hyperviolet Air Max Plus. If you were part of the Discord, you know what pair I had on today.
Watch out for that.
Watch out for that link. Exclusive news, early drops. Being part of the Discord, you will get to see if we're having a guest. You'll get to see who that is a day or two early, and you'll get to see the cover art. So make sure you join the Discord, guys. Yeah,
we have good conversations in there. A lot of fun.
I reply more in there than he does me. I love it. I just love to see. I just love to see how active you are in the Discord. It's like, oh man, I love it. Then I text you like, "Are we still on today?" Crickets.
That means yes. Look, bro. No news. News is good news. You asked me something recently. You asked me something the other day, and then I saw that you like figured it out. I forget what it was.
That's usually how it is, man. It's just like when I asked you, "Are you good to record at 8 p.m. today?" and you didn't reply. I was like, "Whatever, I'm just gonna lock it in." So I'll tell LJ, yeah.
Didn't I say that? I already said 8 p.m.
You said later on, like 4 or 5 hours after I done locked it in. So it's all good.
If I would have said no, it wouldn't have been locked in. You wouldn't have recorded. Anyway, what I wore today, was Bodega 577 Hypercat. This was a pair that I had been kind of looking for a while. I got them a while back, and they're not cooked per se, but like, I mean, this is a 2013 shoe, and they look like a 2013 shoe, but it's a great slept on Bodega New Balance colorway. That's what I wore today. Hypercats. LJ Ruffin, what'd you wear today? Some Wades?
Not today. I'm going Old Faithful. I've been beating up my 2016 pair since we just got the 2025s. So yeah, these seem better days, but yo, man, these are just timeless. And even though I've wore these a whole bunch, like they still got a hell of life left, and I can have my 2025s icy for a little bit longer.
I was gonna ask if you got the 2025s.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you could probably go out today and go get a pair. Like,
I gotta quit playing, man.
Because you were saying they was sitting. I'm like, I don't know if they sitting over here like that. Like, I don't know.
So when I said sitting, bro, like I got them the day of. So they didn't have the 10.5, but they had an 11. Okay. So like I said, can I get a 10.5 or an 11? And they said like I wanted the 11. They said no 10.5, but we got an 11. So, maybe not sitting like when we say it's like, all right, it's a week later and they're going on sale. Speaking of sales, them Rare Air 3s already.
Those things already at 147. Already, those things dropped on sale.
Bro, shout out my dog Coleman, man. He's in the Discord, but we're chopping it up playing Xbox, and he was talking about he was waiting on the Rare Airs to go down. And I was like, bro, you waiting a while, bro. They're not going to go down. I mean, they just dropped, bro. Plus the tariffs. Bro, he sent me a screenshot at 2:30 a.m., bro, talking about, told you.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think that's something we're going to see a lot more of. I mean, with the price increase. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that, the $5-10 don't matter, blah, blah, blah.
It matters, bro. Like, it matters. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It matters when you buying a lot. Like, when people like us, the people that buy a lot of sneakers at once, that matters. When you buy maybe one pair a month or so, it probably don't matter. It's just $5 extra. You buy 6 pairs or something a month, that's gonna add up. It's extra $30-$40. Not including shipping and taxes.
But that is only if the tariff is on the sneaker. You know what I mean? Because for most people, you got to think about.
I thought Nike
it,
already
right?
did their increases already. Nike's already increased.
They
theirs.
did, but tariffs are for like it's like daggone near everything is being tariffed, right? Everything that comes from overseas is being tariffed. So, and I saw Sneaky Leak just did an episode on tariffs, I think. I just want to say it would have been great for us to be talking about these things before November, but whatever, here we are. But if we have a family who, I feel like for me, let me go back. I feel very fortunate to have a job where I can charge people $75 an hour and they're going to pay it. Right. There are a lot of people who buy sneakers who don't have that luxury. And if they're balancing higher gas prices, tariffs on their food, tariffs on, everything else that they're dealing with, then sneakers just might not make it into the budget anymore. Right. So that $10 does mean something when it used to be, I could get my Air Force Ones for $90. And now what are they going for? 110, 115?
Yep.
Like that's going to take it out of the budget for a lot of people. Right. And that's just, I think that the $10, if we look at it in a vacuum with just the sneakers, we've been on eBay before and we've been like, okay, I'm willing to pay 80. They want 100. Fine. I'll pay 95. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we've done that before. Right.
Yeah.
But I think that we're very fortunate to be able to do that when with a lot of people, if it's like, okay, these Jordan 4s, bro, they're 220, right? 240 after tax, right?
260.
Like
when I went to go check out with the white cement 4s
online or in person.
Yeah, online.
Yeah, I got mine in person. Yeah,
260.
Right.
260.
Yeah.
Resale right now is 272, I believe.
and that's not feasible for a lot of families, man. That's just not feasible for a lot of people because it's not just the sneakers being tariffed; it's everything.
Yeah, then it's just looking at it from sometimes me, I can afford it, but it's just like, do I really want to spend almost $300 right now? It's just like, do I want to do that? Especially with, we got the Ferraris that are dropping. Then we got the grapes that are coming up. Those are all, when I count those in my budget, I'm thinking 300, off gate, because I'm just trying to give me some wiggle room. Something happens, something crazy happens. 300. So, it's $900.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks. So,
and that's tough to do, man. We are in a category by ourselves, right? We're like, this is our thing. But if we're looking at the average person, there's no way. There's no way. And on top of that, man, Jordan has been increasing prices since 2011? Right?
Yeah.
They were 150 in 2011.
160.
160, 170, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now, and is the quality getting better? Is the quality $110 better now than it was?
I've seen the grapes are set to be 225, which I'm a little confused. I'm like, when did this start?
Is there anything like the 2013 pair, bro?
It's crazy.
It's not. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man.
I've been wanting the grapes too, so I don't know.
So
I need the grapes.
Those of you who are in sneakers, if you're looking at still being in sneakers and you're looking at these prices, man, it's time to go back in time, right? Go back in time, go on eBay, find the steals, because you will find them on there, right? You don't have to, if you're thinking about being a reseller, don't. Don't do it, bro. Get a job at McDonald's. It'll be more profitable.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah.
Get you a paper route. Get a paper route, bro. That's gonna be more profitable than being a reseller.
Yeah. LJ, as you make as we seen your insane growth, I can't remember how many followers you were at when we first interviewed you, but I know you're 15K on Instagram, 20K on YouTube, and
TikTok.
27K, and 27K on TikTok. what platform do you feel right now is most valuable to you?
To me personally, I'd say Instagram because it's a lot easier to connect with people on there. Like, I'm never really like, oh, bro, hit me up on YouTube comments. Like on Instagram, you follow people back. You know what I'm saying? Connections can be made. And I feel like that's the first thing that like brands are looking at, in my opinion. And with TikTok being taken away, how it got taken away back in the day, a few months back, I'm like, okay, I can't rely on this 100% no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Instagram, TikTok, or Instagram, YouTube, and then TikTok. That's my order of where I put my faith in.
Is the goal to do this full time?
I think you're already full time, right?
Yeah.
You're full time? Congratulations.
No. I wish. Nah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Getting closer to that goal. But yeah, right now, this is the part-time thing. Trying to make it shape.
I love that.
Okay. I like that too. What realistically, just for the people that create content, and for us, honestly, we're not even remotely close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is one of our goals for this year. Hopefully, we can get one of those things that catch fire and continue to burn all through the rest of the year. But what is to become full time? What would you need out of those platforms?
I would say being consistent, engaging, like when people notice that you're always connected with them, you're always hitting them back, replying to what they got to say. That makes them want to, connect with you more, suggest you to other people. But just being consistent. Like the most growth I've ever seen was when I was consistently dropping interviews, the question videos, and just people kept rolling on in. When I slowed down, that's when stuff started slowing down. But just staying on the ball, and then like noticing what's working and what's not working. If like you try something and it doesn't work, maybe switch it up a little bit. But just trying to be observant of what people are interested in.
So you do a lot of your sneaker content revolves mostly around basketball shoes, like hoop and shoes, performance shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is your pair right now that is like you want people to know that this is a shoe to hoop in?
Look, I got you saying Wade's earlier. These are the Wade. Fives. These right here. These are my joints right now, man. These are serious.
You have a relationship with Wade?
I was saying, what'd you get out of 360 deal? What you got?
Yes, sir.
What did you get out of 360 deal?
Or not, but besides them hooking me up every now and then, like this, like this is the most comfortable hoop shoe I've ever played in, bro. Like, it has like a drop-in midsole, and like, the cushion technology on here is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Super boom, real lightweight.
Big.
This is my go-to right now. Just testing out different. Like, they just drop. They drop so much. Like with Nike and them. You might get a signature shoe from an athlete, and it'll be like a year or two before something comes out. Like Wade is constantly dropping newer models, and it makes me have to test stuff out like more consistently. But like so far this year, that's been my favorite. Joker, he has like an upgraded version of his first signature shoe. It's called the GTs.
That's 361 degrees.
Yeah,
361 degrees. Yeah.
Those and then the GTs. Those are like my top two. But yeah.
Do you have a relationship with the 361?
Yes.
I think you got back to a signing or something like that in Denver, right?
So they when the debut of his signature shoe, they invited me out to Denver to go to the unveiling of that, and that was real dope. And like, man, like I almost in it. Like I got to meet him, but man, it was like how I got to meet him made like the store the day more fun. Like it was a real hassle to get that done, but like it all worked out. But man, like it was fun, man.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
So like, I don't remember how old you are, LJ. So basically, I was gonna ask, like, are you old enough to remember when Dwayne Wade went from Converse to Jordan to doing his own thing?
I backtracked and saw the Converse days. I don't remember it. But like I remember the flyweights. I think that's what they were called. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when the Li Ning thing happened, that was when I was really tapped in. Like I was like, bro, this man got his own. Like I was one of the like every time everybody hooping, I'm the only dude with Wade's on, and like I'm like, this is my thing, bro. Like
so
get with it or
like
get
that
lost.
was. Like that was so crazy, like at the time, right? Where it's like, no, he's not with Adidas, he's not with Nike, he's not with a big brand. He's doing his own thing over in China. Now we're seeing more athletes who are doing that. Mm-hmm. Like, what is your opinion on this? On more signature shoes from, I don't want to say lesser players because that's not what I mean, but like Austin Reeves has his own shoe, right?
Yeah.
Jokic, like we just talked about, is with 361.
Kyrie,
Kyrie doing right, like all these guys, they've got their own deals with Spencer Dinwiddie. He's another one who is like kind of blazes his own way. What's your opinion? What is your opinion on this? This kind of this new way that players are marketing themselves.
I mean, for the players, that's dope as can be. You get your own shoe. It might not be with the top brand, but you're building your own legacy. Your own way. And it's like it gets like more competition going. Like what? Like I would never try out an Austin Reeves shoe or like that brand because he signed with Rigor. Like I would never go out of my way to get Rigor shoes, but like because the publicity that he's putting onto the brand, like it makes me want to try out new things. And like Kyrie with Anta. Anta wasn't necessarily a brand I rock with, but okay, Kyrie's with him. These must be good things, and it's just giving everybody a new variety of things to try out. Like it's not just Nike, it's not just Jordan. There's a whole bunch of different brands, and like I look up and like, okay, man, I see what everybody got their own thing going.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. I mean, with you doing all this testing, because you do a lot of testing out the performance shoe and just really deep diving into it, have you thought about creating like your own product? Because you're looking for what a hooper needs or is looking for when it comes to hoop shoes. You ever had an idea like, maybe if I added this little thing here, it'd be better?
Look, that would be really dope. Like I've seen, there's a few brands that I've that have they'll give like a creator a colorway or something. Mm-hmm. That would be cool. That would maybe be the first step, I would say. But like straight deep diving into a shoe, I don't know if I'm there yet. But like I could take pieces of different shoes that I've liked and probably add that to something. But like maybe starting off with a cool colorway. Like I remember Saucony did something back with creators back in the day. Like
they sure did.
Pony D2 Wild. Oh, they did another one?
Yeah, not as big as the first one. I think they did 3 different creators.
Okay. Yeah, that first one was crazy. Yeah, like
it was crazy.
But that it would be cool if they like other brands did this stuff like that more often. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that would be the first step. Like
what model would you use, or what's the LJ Ruffin shoe gonna look like?
Because if we talking on court, it's
got to be on court. If that's your thing, right?
Okay, cool.
You're hooping in
cool.
it. Yeah.
If we're on court, I might go. It's gonna be some Wade. It's got to be some Wade. That's like the dream right there. So
okay, is there a model?
Way of Wade 11. I wish I had one like on deck. I don't. But like the Way of Wade 11. That's like his like the newest signature model. The top of the line. So I'll probably want my own Way of Wade 11 or something.
Okay.
But like any Way of Wade shoe, you can give me the Way of Wade slide LJ colorway. I'm chilling.
What color? What color are you gonna make it?
It's got to be purples and blues involved. It's gonna be like a Charlotte Hornets type. That's type of vibe.
Fire.
That's my cup of tea.
I like it. What do you feel a performance shoe should have? Like when it comes to just those main things you feel just a requirement. It have to have this.
Look, like I was suffering back in the day wearing them big ass LeBrons. Okay, shoes got to be light. Okay, everything got to be lightweight nowadays. Cushion, that's important. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like my feet. I don't want my feet to like start hurting throughout my playtime. Like once I get them on, like I'm solid. I don't want to have to break them in. Like a lot of these newer shoes I'm testing out, but I don't have to break them in. It's like as soon as I put them on, they like kind of molded to my foot already. Like they're not like so my feet aren't sore. Traction is a non-negotiable. Like I can't be sliding. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, man, there's some shoes where I just had to let them go. Like, I was like, all right, man, I can't even hoop in these, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
You know, do you ever get people who will ask you like, all right, I'm, me, for example, I'm 5'10". I move like a power forward from the 90s. Like, what's a good shoe for me? You know what I mean? Like, do you ever get those types of questions? Or it's like, this shoe is, go ahead.
Not that specific. I'll get like, do you think that this would be good for this? Or just how you like, yeah, pretty much that question. But like position wise, like I feel like anybody could play in any shoe. Like, like shoes are positionless. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
which is a change from, back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was like, oh, you're a guard, you need to be wearing the light, you need to be wearing lighter shoes. You're a big man, throw on these bricks, Yeah,
I mean, like, it would, like, it makes, like, but it's just something, like, you could be tall as a mug, but you're real lengthy. You might need something lighter. And, like, but if you're, like, real heavy set, yeah, you probably will want something more heavy duty. But, like, different people wear different things. And, like, I don't want to just throw a Ewing on you if you a center. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Whatever Cat was wearing, man, whatever Karl Anthony Towns was wearing needed to be burned to the ground, bro. Those are terrible.
Oh, man, he had some good days and some bad days, man. It was tough.
he had the right amount of bad days for the Pacers.
Yeah. I know y'all happy about the bad days.
I'm not gonna lie, man. After this series with the Pacers, or with the Knicks, I found a new respect for Josh Hart. I've always liked Josh Hart and how he plays, right? Mm-hmm. Big hustle guy. And I've never disliked Karl Anthony Towns. I thought all the jokes were kind of corny. Like, I thought he was corny. I thought Karl Anthony Towns was corny, but now I just don't like him, man. Like, I do not rock with Karl Anthony Towns one bit.
Why not?
I didn't like how he played, man. I thought he was out of control. Like, just he's a fake tough guy.
You get out there and play then. That's what people always say. Well, you get out there and play.
Like, it was just weird because all regular season, like, I was a believer. Like this was like the first year where I was like, you know what, Cat might be that dude. But I don't know if it was the burnout from them. They be playing damn near 45 minutes a game type. But he wasn't moving how he was moving in the regular season, and the results speak for themselves.
The 2 games the Pacers lost, everything slowed down, right? Like, the Pacers slowed the pace down, and I was like, it's not gonna work. Right, you gotta run for the first 3 quarters. You gotta run for the first 3 quarters because, even how Karl Anthony Towns runs is just annoying, man. Like, he got bad posture, just lumbering down the court, bro. Like, and Jimmy Butler tried to warn us about Karl Anthony Towns in 2017, 2018. So, not a believer.
LJ Ruffin, who's your pick for the finals?
I'm gonna go Pacers, man. Since hey man, Pacers, man. Yes, sirs.
All right, so if I take my headphones off, what's your pick for the finals? Because nobody's picking the Pacers, bro. I'm picking the Pacers.
Like, I feel like story wise, this would be so crazy if Shea gets MVP, knocks off Jokic. And gets the championship. Like, that's a storybook ended to a season. And I know this marketing campaign for his shoe finna be crazy because you check every single box within this shoe. So I will want it for that. I just want to see how that would unfold. But on the other side of things, I don't know if Indiana is ever going to do this again. Like, I'm not a hater. I don't know if this will ever happen again. And I feel like they need to capture this lightning in a bottle and get it done.
Well, it's been 25 years since the last time we were in the NBA Finals. We lost in 6 to the Lakers. I think that the Pacers have got a great chance because I was looking up the actual depth of the Thunder today, and I'm not impressed. They don't have a super deep team.
Yeah, he's got a solid group. Like, I just feel like they're all meshed very well together, and they locked in like this. But on the other side, the Pacers, they was knocking down some names, man. They was holding down this whole off, and I'm rooting for the underdog in that regard. But
for sure,
it's gonna be interesting. I'm watching every game.
I said about 3 or 4 weeks ago, my prediction was OKC and the Celtics.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going OKC just to because that's what I went with a couple weeks ago. So OKC, yeah.
Well, you don't know ball, so we're not really worried about. Nobody asked you.
But I picked, but I picked the finals and then it worked. I came up with a little.
You didn't pick the finals.
Yeah, I did. I said Pacers. I said OKC and Celtics or either.
Celtics lost 2 rounds ago, brother.
Oh, we know this, Morgan.
So how you gonna say that you picked the finals?
OKC still made it to the finals.
You got 50%.
Thank you. Thank you. If I was sports betting, I would have got a little something. You know what
No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah,
you would have got nothing.
If I would have cashed out early, I would have.
Yeah.
See, look, Morgan don't know ball. Morgan talking like he don't know. He don't know ball.
So if you do a parlay, you do a parlay, and 9 out of your 10 legs hit, are you getting 90% of the winnings? No, you're getting nothing. You're getting 0.
But you can cash out and get some money. If you cash out early, like, all right, man, my parlay is falling, it's breaking. Let me cash out, and you get some of your money, some. So I still would have got a little bit of something.
So you would have cashed out early. Okay.
Yeah, obviously, Celtics lost 2 rounds ago. Of course I'm going to cash out early. Why wouldn't I? Wow, Celtics might still make it. Nah, buddy, they gone. So LJ Ruffin, if you could bring back, I was gonna try to narrow it down to Nike, but I'm gonna say if you could bring back a retro any basketball shoe, what would it be?
The LeBron 10, bro. They need to bring him back.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I don't know why they act like this shoe don't exist. They brought back damn near every LeBron past before the 10. It's time.
Yeah. The 10 is incredible. That was that's my favorite hooping shoe of all time.
Nah, that's the one that was the prism color or something like that.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I didn't like those.
Those are fire. I had the yellow canaries, bro. I had 2 pairs of them.
These hot, man. These is hot. Like, mine talking to me, man, but these hot.
I feel like they just couldn't. I had my expectations were too high. After we got the 9, like the 9 was you know, yeah. And then we got the 10. I was just like, he definitely took a whole nother direction. Go ahead.
How you feel about the 9? That's how I feel about the 10. The 10 was like the truth.
Really?
That was the answer. That was
really.
No, I like the 9s. I like the 9s better.
The Hornets,
yeah, I like the 9s better.
Big bangs.
But the 10s were fire. I didn't like them at first, and then I hooped in a pair, man. I actually popped 2 pairs. I popped the bubble on 2 pairs.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about bubble shoes. Yeah, that can happen.
I was guarding somebody, and I took one bad step, and I just heard my shoes started breathing. We were hooping outside, and I kept doing this Euro step, and I would drag my back foot, trying to be cute. And so took one bad step, man, and you just hear it. And then the other one, I was working in a warehouse, and I punctured them on a pallet, and I'm just
nail on the pallet.
Huh? No, just the wood. It was like a piece of wood breaking off. And so
I can't even imagine a warehouse Morgan.
There was a time, bro.
Warehouse Morgan
I was unloading trucks, bro. I was unloading trucks in a warehouse 12 hours a night.
No, that's funny. I truly just can't. I can imagine you being the warehouse guy. Did you do a lot of talking? Like,
oh yeah, not doing work. Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, look, you the person I'd be looking at. Man, look at his lazy over there not doing.
I was inside the truck, bro. Nobody could see me.
Oh, so you was the one laying on the pouch jack like this?
No, I was cool. I was cool with the manager. So look, at the beginning, I started working hard, right?
Pack them up.
And then, like I became cool with the manager. I'd make him laugh and stuff like that. And like,
So you be in the office every time. Every time you go in the office, there go Morgan. Morgan in the
nah,
office.
not even like that, bro. I'll just be like, yo, put me on unloading. Put me on unloading. And I was just sitting there, bro. All I gotta do is make sure the conveyor belt full.
Look, what's so funny is I loved, because I used to work in the warehouse, and I used to love to hear the loaders talk about like how tired they're. Like, man, y'all understand our job is just as hard as y'all. Man,
nah, bro.
Pulling cases is 100 times harder than loading trucks, man.
No, I was unloading trucks, bro. That was
that's easier. I can say that's even
so
easier.
easy, bro.
Yeah, like I said, you be on that pallet jack like this.
Yeah, I was chilling. Chilling.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible.
Would you be straight pallets or would it be boxes? Like
It'll be boxes. It was a Walmart warehouse, so
okay, I was working at Target. So look,
yeah,
the truck was a beast, man.
Look,
hey, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like I just did it for a summer. It was like my summer job, and I was like, for a while, I was doing like these like I was a garbage man one summer, and it would just be like, all right. If I don't go back to school, if I don't go back to college, like this is what the future is, right? And so then I started teaching tennis and, still graduated, but I was like, I ain't going back to no daggone warehouse. I'm not doing that again. I was a garbage man. Yeah, I was a garbage man one summer. The next summer I worked at the Walmart warehouse. The next summer I was teaching tennis. Like, never look back.
Look at you, man. Look at you.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations. Man.
Thank you.
Good work.
You still unloading boxes.
I'm not.
Oh, my bad.
Nah.
Thought you was still blue collaring it.
I mean, at some point, when I'm, doing my own thing, I am self-sufficient. So, unlike you. But, LJ Ruffin, when it comes to basketball performance shoes, and you talk, was it the Way of Wade?
Yeah,
I always say it wrong. But anyway,
say a lot of things wrong.
I know. So compared to like, how is that compared to like Nike basketball and Adidas basketball? Don't give us no bias answer either.
I'm not. I stand by them like it's my brand. So like I said earlier,
I like it.
Turnaround time, bro. Like these models is dropping like hotcakes. Like they'll drop like a shoe. And then the next month they'll drop an upgraded version of that shoe, and then and a few months later, the next like the 13 or the next number of the shoe come out. Like I don't understand how they moving so quickly. Like over the past year or so, I've gotten like so many different models, and like we like 3 models removed from the first model I got. Like I was like, yo man, y'all moving quick, and quality is there. Like these. Like a lot of the Nike stuff, Nike pairs I get, man, like they don't last as long as these do. Like, the glue will start separating on the sole, or the paint will start chipping off or something. Like with these Wades, man, like everything is just top notch, and like I just feel like this brand, like they really care for like the hoopers. Like a lot of this stuff you can play with it outdoors. A lot of the Nike stuff you can't play with it outdoors. Most people
not play with it outdoors.
Yeah, like They're really keeping everybody in mind.
I wonder if is it because they can't find a model that's good enough to like keep them afloat throughout the year that they're pushing out so many models? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like
they've been around for a long time though.
I feel like it would be hurtful though to the brand or the company if you just constantly here's a new LeBron, here's a new LeBron, here's a new LeBron.
Like I agree with that, but it's just like when it comes to like. It's an anomaly, but Book, we've been sitting on the Book 1 for like 3 years, like stuff like that. Like they're moving.
You've been playing in them shoes. You've been playing in the same shoe for a season and a half.
Him too, exactly.
Right.
But it's a good shoe and it's popular. So like that's what I'm saying. Like I think
it's a give and
Nike's and Adidas. I think Nike's and Adidas can afford to sit on a model because it's doing so well. It's selling so well. Let's not try to fix something that's not broken. And then once sales start to slow down, then guess what? Here's the sequel. Here's the AE2.
Yeah.
And people are finally coming around to it. I mean, we're starting to see a lot of renders. People doing their own little. Wow, doing their own customs and. And their own colorways and their new colorways that are being introduced to the public. So I feel like people are kind of finally hopping on that train.
People have been able to get AE1s on sale for about 6 months now.
And that's what I'm saying. Now they dropped, and then they dropped the AE2. You know what I'm saying?
They haven't dropped it yet.
Then they introduced it, so it's like, yeah, we're gonna push all that out. We're gonna push the stock out. Let's get the AE1 out of here, you know, so we can make room for the AE2, you know. So, I mean, I only have one pair of AE1s, and I was gonna get a pair of the Harden 9, the Glacier Blue, Glacier Ice.
Yeah,
I think that's the name of the colorway, Glacier Ice. But I keep on hearing these horror stories about the creasing, and I'm just like,
nah, bro, just get you a pair of Fields.
that's when you start thinking about that 260. It's kind of like, I mean, I'm finna spend 260 on these white cements, and then I ain't got time to be spending what are the Harden 9s? How much they cost right now? 150,
180.
Yeah, they're out there.
I could be tripping. Let me see Harden. I thought it was like 180.
It's still that's a little steep.
160. You was on them
160.
160. I mean, see, 160 sound a lot better to my ears than 180 because I start thinking about all the taxes and the fees and stuff. So I'm walking out at 200. But, you know, so it's a little hard to drop 200 for a shoe I haven't worn before. That'll be my first Harden ever. So that's when the price starts to matter, you know, because it's kind of like I can spend that $200 on a pair of Omni 9s and still have some money left over, or I can spend it on some Jordans and, you know, that I've been looking for. So
yeah,
there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to the whole cost of things, and I don't think people really realize that, you know.
So Flex, remember back when, you know, you were telling me I'm not allowed to talk about politics? Mm-hmm. This is why we talk. This is why we're supposed to talk about it before we get to this point, Flex. Because now we're here, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, you were more speaking in politics of like, this is why you shouldn't have did this, and
this is why we shouldn't. This is why we shouldn't do this in the future. But listen. If we would have spoke about it beforehand, what would have changed? Nothing. Might would have did what? What might would have did what? You change somebody's voting habits, right? If people understand, because it was very clear, people did not understand what the tariffs were going to do once we got to this point, and now we're seeing it because we're the victims of what the tariffs are doing. This is why I think it's our responsibility, even if we only have however many listeners a week, right? Like, I think this is why it's our responsibility to. We are not sponsored by anybody's campaign. No, we're not, bro. But like, this is why we got to talk about it before the stuff happens. Like, I'm so frustrated right now because a lot of people are talking about how the tariffs have already affected different things, and they're not talking about what the tariffs were going to do if implemented. Right? Nobody talked about it, but now that it's hurting our pocketbooks and it's too late, we can't do anything about it now. Now we want to have think pieces and all this other stuff. But I mean, you got to treat everyone like what they are, human. And I know there's been plenty of times you told someone like, man, you might not want to do that, or you might not want to do this. People have to learn on their own. So no matter what information you can provide, no evidence you can provide, if a person wants to do something, they're going to do it. You can show them a million things, and still they're going to be like, I said what I said, I'm going to do it. And that's fair. That's fine, right? But one of the most Googled things back on, like, I mean, you can see Google trend. I'm sorry, LJ. You can see Google trends, like what people are Googling. Yeah. Once it started looking like the results were coming in, the number one Googled thing was, what are tariffs? After, you know, the results are coming in, the polls are closed. What are tariffs, right? You know what I'm saying? So, LJ Ruffin, do you see that a lot? I mean, because you're dealing with a lot of like overseas brands, when like the Wade, Anta.
So far, they haven't like implemented any tariffs yet, and because I feel like we're he halted it or whatever, or delayed it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this is gonna go. Like, cause yeah, like a lot of the overseas brands, they might have to start moving a little different now. Like I was already,
Yeah.
I'm a collectible guy, so like there's like collectible. Like all of this stuff comes from overseas, and they're like, "Yeah, guys, man, stuff's about to get scared." Like he's like, it's like they're, sending them emails early, like, "Hey, guys, stuff might get a little different." And I was like, "Damn, this is really going to affect everybody." And
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I seen. I don't know how true it is because people post things.
I'll tell you how true it is. Go ahead and say it. I'll tell you how true it is. I'm tapped in.
People, politician Morgan over here, councilman, finna get a seat in Indy. But I seen this video of a lady that she ordered from ASOS, and ASOS is a place that I like to order from a lot.
Yeah, we can tell. My bad. Go ahead.
ASOS sell never mind. But anyway,
fast fashion.
They sell name brand stuff like Nike. You know that, right? Yeah,
I got some. I got the Air Max portals.
Exactly. So you've bought from them. Anyways, so she bought from ASOS and she bought her stuff, or whatever, and then later on she received an invoice from FedEx that charged her $1,600 for the tariffs because ASOS is a UK company, and now I wonder if when you get seated shoes or they're sending you shoes to get tested out, obviously you don't pay for those, but are you gonna get an invoice later on hey, you remember those ways that we sent you the other week?
Nah, so I hope not. No. What happens is the tariff goes to the company, so the company pays the tariff, and then the company passes on that cost to us, right? So no, that sounds like a BS story. Okay. Because it's not coming from FedEx. FedEx just charges for the shipping. Well, from my understanding, just reading the comments and stuff, pretty much the ASOS was not trying to pay a tariff. So and I now the thing is, I actually had this happen to me recently because I had the ongoing battle between the guy for customs. Yeah. Yes. So customs, that's different. Yeah. So, but if the company's not trying to pay it and you're not trying to pay it, if the company's not trying to pay it, UPS contacts you, this package is going to you. Somebody needs to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not trying to pay it. So I feel from my understanding, ASOS was hey, we're not paying this. So FedEx was well, it went to you, so we're gonna send the invoice to you because ASOS says they're not paying it. So the $1,600 seems very steep because if we're talking about these tariffs, ASOS the numbers, be having them sales, man. You get them. They do. You get about 30 pieces of clothes. But here's the thing, though, right? So they had 145% tariffs on China, and so what that basically means is if there is a something that's worth $10, it's going to be. Oh my gosh! Now I'm getting nervous because I'm gonna have to do math. I got 14, my phone right here, man. Go ahead. I think it's $1,450, right? No. For 145% increase. 145. It wouldn't be an increase. Even if we do, or 24? No. So it would be, bro. No, I'm tripping. If it's. I can do the math when the camera's not on, bro. I'm not voting for you. You don't even know what you're talking about. If it's 100%, if it's 100% tariff, right? If it's a 100% tariff, something that's $10 is going to be worth $20, right? You see what I'm saying? And so 150% tariff, if something's $10, it's going to be $25. Yeah. So what would you do? Nervous. A $500 haul? How much? What we getting on that? If we're talking about 100, well, so England had a different number. England had a different. I think China was the highest one, right? China was the highest one because they were just flexing their muscles at each other, bro. Yeah. Because in a tariff war, nobody wins. Or in a trade war, nobody wins. That's the reality. So enough about that. You wanted to know. Let you finish your thought. I'm sorry, Mr. Senator Morgan. Let's say if it's 50%, tariffs are 50%, and they pay, it's a $500 haul, right?
Mhm.
They're paying $750.
So I mean, 1,600. I mean, she's probably got a big haul.
That's
Had the biggest haul.
Pause. But let's get to,
Pause.
you believe that? No, okay, all right, go ahead.
I mean, man, like a lot of people like will spend that type of money. I mean, if you saying it's 500,
An extra $1,600. An extra $1,600.
Well, you said if a $500 haul was $750, right?
Uh huh.
So if she did like $1,000 haul, then it's gonna come out to about that much. That's gonna be about 1,400. It'll be 1,500.
It's okay, but that would just be after the fact, right? So we're looking. The 1,600 would have to be the 50%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she would have to pay $3,200. So hypothetically, here's what happened, right? If it's a 50%,
I got you.
okay. So she would have to pay it already.
Yeah, okay.
She'd have to pay 32 already.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. True. Okay, I'm sorry, Senator. But let's get into our showcase. So like I said on last episode, I've been taking a different approach when it comes to my showcase shoe because one, I can't keep track of what I'm showing and what I'm not showing. So now I'm
You
just
brought the air. Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna show pairs that you might have forgot about, pairs that people never seen. So with that being said, here is the Nike Dunk Lux and the Undefeated collaboration. Just a pair that I was fond of. Just do it here in the 1985 on the side. Did not like the infrared swoosh. You hate
infrared.
I hate infrared. It just doesn't. It's a color that you really can't really match with because it's like red, pink, and orange. But also, it's just I don't like it. I'd rather go with like the varsity red. Varsity red. This would have made the shoe so much better. But this is pretty old. This is a pretty old shoe. 10 years old. Again, 10 years old. People talking about they're crumbling. Yeah, it ain't nothing.
Yeah. Shout out Lifter CB, man. He just messaged in the what's it called in the Discord again.
Cause that's what we just had 2 new people come to the Discord.
Yeah. Same old Seths.
Gotta tap in.
Yeah, apparently.
He said Seth's other account. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
cool.
All right, Seth in there. So shout out Seth. Who else in there?
There's a couple of people in there, man. We got almost 18 members. No, we have 18 members.
Yeah.
So hopefully we beef it up a little bit and get a couple more members in there. We on Twitter doing our thing. We got almost 6,000 impressions. So we doing it. Shout out Morgan.
Yeah, right. So when you were talking about like, okay, these are shoes that like people forgot about or like people never seen before, I was ready to get like real slick and be like, oh, bro, who forgot about those? Until you pulled those shoes out. Forgot about those, bro. I definitely forgot about those. I was like, I was ready to say something slick.
I take pride in finding beauty in the shoes that sit around because I feel like a lot of people, once a shoe sets, even though it's setting, a lot of people forget it because it doesn't make a big impression. And later on, people are like, "Dang, when did those drop? What are you?"
Yeah,
I got them in the mall for $59.
Love that.
I don't know where you was at, but I was there.
There you go.
Okay.
LJ Ruffin, what you got?
All right. There's the reason behind these right here. So look, they've been bringing back all these Whattas lately. So this is one of my favorite Whattas, man. What the LeBron 11.
I ain't mad at it.
What the LeBron 11s.
I ain't mad at it.
I don't know why Kobe's getting all the Whatta love, man. They got to give some Whatta love to LeBron, bro. He got some of the, the Whatta MVPs, the Whatta LeBron 9.
Kobe the
LeBron got a.
I'm not keeping that in there, bro. I'm not keeping that in there, bro. Like what?
No, you don't gotta do all that, bro. They showing love to KD, or he don't got his Whattas back, but they're showing love all these old models.
Yeah.
LeBron,
so you can buy, bro.
I think I seen something about what the KD's coming.
Word.
I think.
Which one?
I think. I'm not sure. I think I seen something like that. Might have been Kobe's. I don't know.
You can get the KD. You can get the KD for Easter on the TikTok shop, bro. Almost threw my phone.
Bro, them things like $69.99 right now.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, LJ. Keep talking, man. Sorry for my rude comment.
You all good? But yeah, man, these was like one of the first shoes I not fought for, but like I really wanted and then someone stole them, so I had to buy a new pair.
Dang.
Yeah, like I bring these out every blue moon, and yeah, they need to show more love to LeBron, man.
You still got them 2K14s?
I do.
You showed that last time you were on, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you ready, man. Whenever you ready.
I ain't ready.
Nah,
man.
don't stop, bro. You keep those, bro.
Whenever you ready, man. Whenever
Give those
you
to your kids, bro. Give those to your kids.
Chill
Nah,
out.
they ain't gonna.
Don't give them
no one's gonna respect them like I do. No one's gonna
Exactly.
respect
I agree.
Bro.
Flex. Hold on. Here, Flex. What high school did LeBron go to?
Akron High, something like
Okay. Yeah. Hey, good job, LJ. Akron High.
Akron High. Added high to where you know.
Home of the what?
Home of the Akrons.
Home of the who?
The
Home of the Akrons. Did you mean to say acorns? You just can't spell.
No. And then wait.
Yeah, he's from Akron.
Okay. Yeah,
He
that's
went
why.
to Akron High. Yeah, he went to Akron High.
Oh, that's why I just thought of where he
That's
was
pretty
from
good.
and put
That's
high
pretty
on
good,
it.
bro.
Like Akron High.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, Akron High.
St. Vincent, St. Mary, bro. He didn't go to Akron High. St. Vincent,
See, you
St.
know,
Mary.
and the crazy thing about it, I should know this. Many times I've seen it, and I have the
ones.
Yeah, but I also have it's a pair. It's not a LeBron pair, but it's a Reebok pair, and it's that green and yellow colorway, and it's because of St. Vincent Mary. And
St.
then
Vincent, St. Mary. Go ahead.
What?
Vincent Mary is not a person. It's St. Vincent, St. Mary. But go ahead.
Oh, I thought it was St. Vincent Mary.
I know.
Wow.
Usually Saints don't have first and last names.
Yeah.
Saints are just like
St. Vincent Mary.
Except
Okay.
St. Joan of Arc, right? Like Joan of Arc, but
Right.
Arc is where
Morgan,
she's
show
from.
your shoe.
So usually we have the guests go last, but for some reason I'm going last today. No big deal though. What I brought today was the Diadora and Feature Las Vegas N9000. This is the pistachio colorway.
You need to leave.
It's based on pistachio ice cream. Very high quality materials on here. And the reason I brought these was because on eBay I was doing my wheeling and dealing, and I was able to get the Praline colorway, which is like a peach colorway, dead stock for less than $100. So yeah, this is what I brought today. Very, very good materials on here. I know that I think Diadora is going to be the next sneaker that I put Flex onto because he's a follower and not a leader. So on the insole, I wonder if I can take the insole out. Yeah. The insole has the ice cream scoops on it, Diadora, and Feature branding. Oh, this is pretty comfy, actually. But yeah, I'm a big fan of these. And then even the laces come in a like a little canister that's like sprinkles. It's even got a keychain that says Feature on it for Feature Las Vegas.
Dang.
So yeah.
I like Feature, but I don't like that shoe.
That's okay.
Well, maybe it's just I kind of I got flashbacks from the 365 days of sneakers, and I just kind of like
I didn't show these.
I know, but I just kind of zoned out. I start hearing your voice, and you're like, no, I was like, anyway.
Remember when you were supposed to do 365 days of sneakers and then you didn't do it? And then remember when you were supposed to like get 500 pairs of sneakers and then you didn't do it? And then, oh, my bad. Remember when you were supposed to wear your sneakers every day and then you didn't do it?
Yeah.
Like, I remember all those. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about something that I like?
I be so busy taking care of the podcast by myself, you know, I can't do
This was before the podcast, brother.
This one, this way.
This is why I didn't think we'd be doing a podcast for real. I didn't think that we would even like get the podcast because I saw so many other of your endeavors just like fall flat because they couldn't compete with me. But I guess whenever I'm on the podcast, and you don't have to compete with me.
Bro, how did we get? Man, I make you look good. Quit it. How did we get here? How did we get here?
Y'all are real brothers right here, man. Y'all real brothers.
Bro, we literally talk like we're siblings, bro, for real. But
like the Soul Brothers.
There you go.
Boom, boom.
LJ,
Full
check
song out
out.
now.
I was gonna say, did you check out the full song? Full song of Soul Brothers theme is out now. I will be changing the open credits. I will be changing the open credits as far as the art, the visuals.
Oh, I thought we was
yeah.
gonna get a new song.
We gotta pay for that, buddy. So, yeah, you
Yeah,
wanna?
we gonna keep the same song.
Look, I've been paying for all the platform and software. I think it's time for you to throw something in the bucket.
What you mean?
Pay for the next theme song.
Nah, I like our theme song.
That's classic. You can't get rid of that.
I like our theme song, bro.
Nah, look, I think.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, I got us a new theme song, bro. All on me, and you gonna hear it's me singing, bro.
Look, I think once we get where we need to be, man, we do eventually change the song. We gotta have a throwback, and we're gonna throw that one back on there one time for the one time.
Hey, yo,
and it's gonna be
OG's
crazy.
Gonna know what's up.
One time for the one time. What was Ayo about that?
nah, he said throw it back. I didn't know what you.
Oh, so LJ, man, we appreciate you hopping on, man, taking time out your day to hop on the Soul Brothers podcast. Any closing remarks?
Man, appreciate y'all for having me again, man. I'm always tapped in with y'all.
Absolutely.
Yo, y'all AI photos, man. Y'all, I don't know who be doing it, but y'all, the photos always crack me up, man. Like,
If you could roll the dice, so what who would you?
I would want to say Morgan did it, but the way you just said that makes it sound like you did it. I feel like y'all go half and half. It's not half and half at least.
No. Morgan shows
up. The only
up.
thing that's half and half is me being here.
Okay.
It's barely that, bro.
You've been holding it down.
Barely
that. Holding it down.
Yeah, nah, man.
Bro,
Morgan.
Flex was like, hey, man, Morgan told me, like, he working with the kids, and I love that. All he got to do is show up. He the talent. Now it's like, bro, I gotta make these AI photos.
Why do I sound like bro man from the fifth floor? So wish I had some meat to go with this sandwich.
Oh man.
Nah, man. But I mean, honestly, I actually enjoy it, man. I kind of find peace in chaos, if that makes sense. I like to keep going, man. I don't really
settle down, bro. You're messing with Chat GPT, bro.
They be coming
I'm talking about as far as editing and making clips and
you doing great, bro.
Making these new platforms, hopping on Twitter, getting in Twitter
doing
spaces,
fantastic, man.
running the Discord, making a TikTok, posting videos on that one, posting videos on the YouTube, making the thumbnail art, making the cover art. Making sure we drop at 12 o'clock. I'm not
gonna lie, bro. You be late sometimes, bro. You be late sometimes. I saw one come out at 12:06. I'm like, he messing up.
Nah, that was just you. Or you, because mine's already special. It's going, mine's going to drop whether I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
It's crazy. No, never mind. I'm not going to put your business out there.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you can take this part out. You can take this part out if you want. But when you was like, hey, bro, like, this and this happened, we might not drop. And then you dropped anyway, bro. Hey, you know what Caitlin said? She said, you would never. She said, I would never be able to do that. And then I wake up to a notification that we dropped on time, which is crazy. And he was like, never mind, episode dropping on time, LOL.
I just take pride in us. I take pride in us not missing an episode. We're on episode 77, and we have not missed a single episode.
Flex is the glue guy. He is the glue guy that this team needs. I just show up and talk my ish.
Yep, that sounds about right, man.
Hey, look, I worked today from 9:30 a.m. No, 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Bro, I like other people don't have to work. So with that being said,
you clock in today?
I had the luxury of being off, but yeah.
How long you been off?
Sundays are my days off. I don't really do anything.
So tomorrow's Monday. Are you clocking in tomorrow?
No, I have the luxury of being off. I will be. Never mind. Anyways, as I always say, love, peace, and sneakers.
Peace.
So brothers, yeah. So brothers. 11 sitting on freeze. They got soul.